Super quick thoughts on Switch 2, because I don't like talking very long. The system itself feels good. It's a Switch 2, has most things similar to Switch 1, but overall better build quality, feels a lot more comfortable to hold. I like the way it kind of nicely rests in the dock, doesn't feel as clunky as it used to. New screen looks way better than the Switch 1's. Joy-Con, a little disappointed by. They're definitely an improvement over Switch 1's, but overall still feel pretty uncomfortable, and I don't like how clicky the buttons still are. I wish they were more mushy like the Switch Lites. Joy-Con mice? Promising so far. It's more of a learning curve than you would probably think due to the marketing, but getting used to it some while playing Switch 2 Welcome Tour, I could definitely see the potential in it, and I hope Nintendo utilizes it in cool ways. I also really like the new kickstand. I like that I could use all my old controllers on it. I like the new surround sound. Overall, it's a better Switch. I give it 22 out of 7. Next up, games, and I've played the two major Switch 2 launch titles. First up, we got Mario Kart World, and this review comes special from someone who wasn't that into Mario Kart 8. And as someone who wasn't that into Mario Kart 8, I really like this game. The main core racing and items and everything like that feels about the same and pretty much what you would expect from Mario Kart. The biggest difference is the tracks and how they're generally laid out in Grand Prix and online play. Instead of doing 3 laps around circuits, you instead do 2 laps around the interconnected highways and then 1 lap around a circuit, which I both really like and I'm a little mixed on. On the one hand, I really like this change because it gives the game a bit more feeling of randomness and less of feeling like you kind of going through the motions and already know all the tracks. I also enjoy how much faster pace this keeps the whole game feeling as you're constantly seeing new imagery and doing different things. On the other hand though, and this is a good problem to have, the new tracks in this game are so unbelievably good that it feels like a waste to only go through them for 1 lap. They designed them with so many great little details and shortcuts, and I wish for Grand Prix and online play they gave you the option to exclusively do 3-lap races on them, because it just feels like a waste and I really want to go through them more times. The new free roam mode, which I've seen most people are pretty mixed on, I've actually been really enjoying. It's definitely pretty chill and you don't get a ton of good rewards for doing it, but I just find it inherently really fun. Seeing the Mushroom Kingdom be realized so well in this big open world that's also a lot more industrial and modern than we are typically used to seeing in Mario games, as well as getting to see slight secrets and new detours on the already existing circuit tracks, I've been having a lot of fun with the free roam mode. I can see why it's not for everyone and why it's getting some mixed reception, but overall I've had a really great time and I encourage anyone to give it a fair shot. But now for the $80 question, is Mario Kart World worth $80? No! I feel like a lot of people are trying to make this a little more black and white than it actually is. For most people, this game either has to be this unbelievable masterpiece that's worth $80, no question, or this huge travesty that's not even worth $2. When the disappointing truth of the matter is, it's neither. It's a really good game that had it been released at $60 or even $70, I think would have been justified, but for whatever reason, Nintendo just felt the need to push the needle a little too far and make it $80. Now, there are certainly games that are potentially going to come out in the Switch 2's future that I would pay $80 for, but Mario Kart, for me, just isn't one of them. However, if you're buying a Switch 2 after the launch window where you can get the bundle and you're a huge fan of Mario Kart and this new game looks really good to you, I would definitely recommend it, as it is a really great game and I could see a lot of people getting a lot out of it. Overall, I give it an 8 out of 10, and the 8 stands for 80, as in the dollars you gotta spend to play it. Next we got Switch 2 Welcome Tour, the game designed for me. It's been kind of funny watching the general online reception to this game of everyone clowning on it and discussing who on earth would pay $10 for it while I sit in my closet full of all my Labo kits that I spent hundreds of dollars on. Look, I'm not gonna lie, this kind of thing is kind of niche, and if you're not into it, I don't blame you. But personally, this is so my thing. Silly mini games, tech showcases, little bits where you can read about how your system works and all the crazy witch magic they had to do to put into it. This game kind of feels like Labo 2.0, and I love it. That being said, it isn't perfect. Both the minigames and tech demos are a little mixed. Some are really great and fun, and I could see myself returning to, while there's some others that just aren't that fun, or I don't think do the greatest job at portraying the Switch 2's new abilities and features. You also got the general presentation, which, while I'm not going to hate on for being boring, as I do kind of like what they were going for with it being some kind of weird futuristic Apple presentation, I think they could have done a lot better with the music though. Minigame collections on the Wii had like the best music, and this just really does not hit the same. As far as the pricing goes, I actually think the price of this game is a little more justified than Mario Kart World, which I think saying that could maybe land me in a prison somewhere. Well, yes, I think it would have been better if they'd made this free, and especially considering how much the main console and other games cost, it would have really been a great bonus. But this game does actually have quite a lot of content. It took me around 5 or 6 hours to do all the main stuff, and I still have a lot of mini games and medals and other stuff to go for. I think also too, comparing this to the Switch 1's main tech demo showcase, 1-2 Switch being $50, I think charging $10 for this is pretty great compared to that. So if you're somehow like me, and you like silly minigame collections, you like tech demos, you like reading a bunch of stuff, I highly, highly, highly recommend it. If you're anybody else, you probably shouldn't buy it. Realistically, I give Switch 2 Welcome Tour like a 7 out of 10, but personally, it'd be like a 9 out of 10. I really like this game. So those are my early thoughts on Switch 2, condensed into a nice short video, because I tried to record this before, and it literally went on for 32 minutes. I need to see a therapist. How are you enjoying Switch 2? Were you able to get one? Do you like how different Mario Kart World is? Are you like me and actually like Switch 2 Welcome Tour? Are you as excited as me for Donkey Kong Bonanza? Because I bet you're not. Oh my god, it's Donkey Kong! And when do you think they'll announce the Pikmin 4 update? Because the second they do that, my purchase is completely justified. All these questions and more to hopefully be answered within the next 8 years of the Switch 2's life cycle. It's a really exciting and great time to be a Nintendo fan, and hopefully it doesn't all crash and burn.